No, not really. I think it's important that everyone has their voice. What we're looking for is several things. One, we've got so many examples of NHS departments with no problems who've done a lot of innovative work to reduce their waiting lists, and we're sharing that and building up that. Also very conscious that for different regions there's going to be a different answer. There is not a one size fits all for all the regions or all the countries in the UK. So having just one answer is just not feasible. So we want to make sure that everyone's voice is heard. We've got examples of where there's a really novel AQP model, where there's shared procurement and there's a service spec where everyone has an input into it. So what we're very passionate about is the quality of the technology that's been fitted is standardised across. For example, NHS supply chain, it's a really rigorous process to get hearing aids on that, and we're just starting to look at the next contract coming through, getting user feedback into that, so we're being told what our patients want in their hearing aids, and what audiologists want to be fitting, and therefore that's the only stuff that goes onto supply chain, so NHS departments buy a really good level of technology, and there's lots of myths around all factors, aren't there? So it's just having that open conversation, so actually everyone is getting the whole picture from everybody. And I don't think we're there yet. We want patients to be really aware of what they should expect from their hearing technology that's on the NHS, whoever provides it. We don't want the disparity of depending which provider they gets a different level of technology, and that's happening. So again, the AQP, where we do have a high street provider in one region, they're all signing up to agree what level of technology patients get. So within a region, patients can go and get their spares and batteries from the NHS, from the AQP provider, or any of those providers in that region. And that's properly patient-focused, isn't it? And that would be lovely to have that regional or system-based solution flexible wherever it is, because one thing's not going to work everywhere. We're just quite clear that we don't want the NHS whitewashed or all these assumptions that we have low tech, we've got horrendous waits. Some places do, many places don't, and it's a really improving picture and a lot of work going into it. So I think we just need to be really clear, and we want the terminology clear. Community audiology is offered by current NHS providers. You have to look at the Wales model with full advanced practitioner, primary care based audiology. That's not just helping audiology waiting lists, it's having a really significant impact on ENT waiting lists. So it's a much more holistic view, and a lot of ENT waiting lists are horrific at the moment. So it's looking at a much broader picture. But it is right, we're having that conversations, we're now meeting with different people. We just want the language to be clear, everyone's own agenda to be clear, and the assumptions are made about different sectors just to be kind of cleared up so everyone is talking on the same level playing field. So we all sit on lots of different groups, but all together. So there's the Deafness Alliance within UK. We're all represented on that. We're all looking at taking advantage of World Hearing Day to have possibly a more collaborative kind of event highlighting these things, getting the issue of hearing health into the 10-year plan for the NHS. So it is raising awareness of all of audiology, the importance of healthy ageing and what hearing is within that affects all of us. So I don't think the he said, she said is particularly helpful. We need just awareness of what our patient group needs and the impact of hearing loss on those patients. We are serving a common purpose. We are doing the same thing. But we have to remember our possibly different people's value bases are different. For a lot of people, it is a business model. And that's right. If you own a business, your business needs to continue. So I think we need to be a little bit more upfront about the values of the different groups and what we are working at. And if everyone's honest about that, alongside we're all in this business because we actually are interested in audiology and interested in supporting patients, and strip away some people will need to make money out of this, I think only then will we take a move forward. But it is that we need to move away from there's a one solution to all of this. The population across the UK and the geography across it is just wildly different, so there will not be a one size that fits all. You can't just produce a paper that will say, this is your solution, this is how we'll save the NHS. And that's, I think people are interpreting like that, but if you go to the panels are very much, and the discussions that are happening between all the groups is very much about audiology and about hearing and long term. To be honest, at the moment, I don't know, quite possibly. You hear a lot about how great the dentistry and optics model worked. I'm fortunate, I've just had new glasses, that's £500. Not everyone has that. So is that working? Is that fair? There's a lot of people out there that can't access the glasses they would like. So I just moved house, I can't find a dentist that's on the NHS. I think I've paid enough in to have my NHS care. So saying that these models are successful is a little bit too high level and a little bit naive potentially, because that's not the case. And the impact of not hearing well, not being able to do your job because you couldn't afford the right technology, I don't think is appropriate. And I think some parts of the optic and dentist pathway may have worked, and we need to find out those parts, but dazzling people with just the top line, I don't think is fair, really.